Welcome to Dave's Ford Performance Garage. Things aren't going so well here. Had a little bit of an injury on the old motorcycle last Thursday. Went out riding after work and yeah, not good. What happened was I ended up hitting another motorcycle head on. And there was this section of trail kind of went around and corner, so we were coming opposite directions. And the problem with it is it's one of the few sections of the trail where you can really open it up. So I think I was probably at least in the upper part of fourth gear or hitting fifth gear. And when we got done talking with the guy I hit, he said he was in fifth gear, and he said the same thing to me. It's like, oh, one of the few spots on the trail where you can really open it up. And what really sucks about it is it's really wide there. I mean, if I would have seen him, but I didn't. That's the problem. And he didn't see me. I mean, if we were going 35, 40 miles an hour, I mean, you're talking, what is that, 70, 80 miles per hour that, you know, that were coming together. I mean, by the time I saw him, I didn't know what to, I mean, I didn't even have no time to react, and he didn't have no time. He never even hit his brakes. I didn't hit my brakes. I think we just swerved enough just to barely miss. I mean, my side hit his side. I mean, another, you know, 10 inches over, we would have had, it would have been directly, you know, head-on collision. I mean, pretty much, instead of more of a side swipe collision. But when I hit him, and I hit, I mean, I could see him and then I hit, and then I don't know what happened. I mean, I don't remember that part of it. But the next thing I remember is I was flying through the air and it was quiet. I mean, it was just dead quiet, it seemed like. And I remember thinking, you know, when am I going to land? When am I going to land? And then I finally landed, and I landed on my back, my upper back, you know, like shoulders down, a little bit, probably a little bit below my shoulders. You know, I didn't hit my head or nothing. Although my neck and upper back are a little sore. But I guess the big thing is my hand. What happened was this bone in here, the whole end of it. I didn't get to see the X-rays. You know, she came in and said, "Oh, you broke it. You chipped the whole end of your bone off. So now it's the whole end of the bones broke off, wedged into some weird spot." She said, "Well, that's why you couldn't." I mean, I could hardly even move my thumb either direction. She goes, "Well, that's why you gave you limited mobility on that." So, I mean, all in all, it was pretty scary. I mean, kind of makes me think twice about going back out on the trail, but I'll do it anyway. What really sucks is I was really careful anyway, because I knew them two guys. When I pulled in, those two guys were there in the parking lot, and they saw me, so they knew I was out there, and I knew they were out there. So they took off. I got all geared up, and then I took off, and I couldn't tell which way they went or anything. So I just rode. There's like two south loops. I rode the one south loop, and then I rode the other south loop, and then I was going to ride the north loop. But it was really hot that day, so I mean, I was really thirsty. So I thought, I'll just go back to the parking lot real quick and grab something to drink. So I went back there, grabbed something to drink, you know, rested probably for 5-10 minutes, then took off back out on the trail. And as I'm taking off back out there, I'm thinking, you know, I did not see either one of them guys on the south trails. They must have took the north trail while I was on the south trails. So I took the north trail, but that's ended up where we ended up hitting. And, you know, it was just a freak thing. I mean, but, you know, I was being careful, but I guess at the same time I really wasn't. I mean, it was so wide in that part of the trail too, you would think you would have enough time to react, but when your closing speed is 60, 80 miles an hour, I mean, you think about how many seconds you got when all of a sudden, it's like when you're driving on the highway and all of a sudden a deer jumps out in front of you, it's the same thing. I mean, no time to think. So, I'll show you a little bit what happened to the bike. See, on this side, it just, the whole twist throttle assembly disintegrated to a million little pieces. I think it's probably from where my hand hit it. And what I did is I pulled the throttle cable out, you know, brought it over to that side, wedged it in between my fingers, because I couldn't do nothing with my right hand hardly, but barely hang on to this, and kick-started it over, and of course it wound up kind of high, and you know, adjusted it a little bit, you know, let the idle come down a little bit and put it in first gear and kind of rode off in first gear the whole way. You know, I just rode with my you know, feet down, just took it easy. Luckily, I mean, it was pretty close to the main road, so I was able to take the trail out and then hit the main road, and then I took the road over to the parking lot, and that was it, I guess. So yeah, now looking at my bike, let me straighten it out a little bit. I knew I'd messed up the throttle cable, but now looking at it, you can probably see the front fender and the front tire aren't in alignment. And the tire is definitely aiming to the wrong side, which is really weird because I know that this side of my bike hit his front brake rotor as it bent his brake rotor over. So you would think this side would be bent back, but it appears the way the front tire's swinging over that way, it bent forward. Or somehow this fork got bent back, which makes no sense. I mean, there's a couple little real minor rub marks on it. So I don't know, I'm a little confused. So I'm gonna have to pull them off and check and see what got bent. And you know, if one of them's bent, I think I'm gonna convert to KX 250 or 125 fork, which are the inverted forks, which are not really inverted anymore because this is old school. New kids, you know, kids nowadays call these upside down forks. So, you know, I can't see spending, probably spend over 100, 150 or whatever on a fork for this. When I was just pricing out on eBay, I can get a set of KX forks, triple clamps, you need the triple clamps, and the axle for just under 300. And that would give me nicer forks, they're better valved, and they probably already have stiffer springs in it. These KDXs are really lightly sprung in the front end, and I was going to buy a new set of springs for it anyway here coming up, and them are over $100, so I can't see spending $250 on a set to repair these and get the stiffer springs when I can just buy the nicer KX forks. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So now, this isn't good for Dave's Ford Performance Garage. I mean, I got the Falcon, but I really can't do a whole lot. I mean, this sucks with one hand. It's better today, but I gotta go to a hand specialist tomorrow and find out what they're gonna do. I think they're probably gonna want to do some surgery. So that might be a big hit for me for the summer. I'm sure it's gonna be 4, 5, 6 weeks, you know, so yeah, it's not good. First I had the COVID for a couple weeks, and a couple weeks after that I was super tired and couldn't do nothing. Yeah, so not being a good year for me. So that was just a quick little update, hopefully, and you know, now I documented this and it's out there for everybody to see. So see you on the next video. It probably won't be for a while though, so see ya.